When I was 13, my family went to Japan. I've been abroad many times before, but it was my first time to be greatly inspired by another country. Perhaps this resulted from being old enough and staying long enough as we were there for 2 months. It also adds that Japan is unique, and I was partially informed of their culture since my parents had lived there. During this trip, I realized that traveling is a good way to learn from different cultures. I was able to reflect about myself and about ideas that are important and interesting for me now. I observed how strong community values positively affect our society. The way they practice traditional culture at present time spark memories and a longing to reconnect to the Philippines. It is my home country before moving to Canada at age 3. I was inspired by the spaces for meditation in their environment. The strong presence of visual arts and unique images motivates my creativity. Finally, the futuristic atmosphere encourages me to take interest in the applications of technology in different areas of life. In Tokyo, among the first things I noticed are its many people. I observed their culture of bowing to show respect and how citizens patiently follow rules to keep order. Despite the possibility of getting messy and disorganized, citizens align themselves to keep their flow of life running. In seeing this, I understood the importance of cooperation to make life easier and to make systems work in society. Witnessing how individual actions can contribute to a greater good inspired me to see a greater picture as part of my personal decisions. I believe participation is important to improve the quality of life and to survive in times of difficulty, such as the pandemic. As a child, I grew up hearing stories about different cultures my parents encountered from where they lived. Those stories, old pictures, food, collected objects, and watching anime introduced me to Japan's modern and traditional culture. When I was finally in Japan, I was so happy to experience their culture that I once knew only as ideas. We went to many cities and witnessed traditional festivals in everyday life. Curiously, seeing many people in their traditional market reminded me of how it is in the Philippines. I realized how I missed my home country after not having visited for a long time, and how I needed to reconnect to my identity as a Filipino. I believe understanding one's own culture is part of knowing who I am as a person. There are many places and spaces all over Japan built for spiritual practices. Part of their environment are temples, shrines, rivers, and gardens they approach with respect. They have tree ornaments that are holy symbols, and in a city called Nara, deers, which they consider sacred animals, freely roam where people are. From what I learned, multiple crises and natural disasters frequently happen in their country. I feel that this resulted in them improving their relationship with nature and for them to give importance to meditation as a form of acknowledging the unknown. I find these places and practices beautiful, especially the ideas that deers are believed to be messengers of God. Spending time in nature and wandering in the gardens alone made me reflect on my life. I believe meditation is a way to slow down, to look at life, and gain a kind of clarity. I think much appreciation can come from it, and that it is helpful in coping up with hardships. My family went to Japan because my father is working to research visual arts. This is among the reasons why we went to museums, galleries, and events about art. While roaming around with the guidance of my parents, I came to know that there is so much art and visuals in open spaces within cities. Being in Japan immersed me in visual arts and unique images. I learned that this country is like a stage to present many arts from different parts of the world together with their own. I appreciate how Japan made itself a place of exchange between these countries in terms of art. I was inspired by exciting forms, visuals, and experiences to create my own. I also like the fact that through artistic activities, people and cultures can interact. In a way, you get to see what their other cultures see in their own place through their art and be inspired about it too. This adds to further understanding and wider appreciation of art and humans. Tokyo has a lot of futuristic buildings. It has a town that specializes in selling electronics. There, I visited museums and galleries that concentrate on media and art using technology. I also went to their science center. But technology is actually everywhere, even in the places where it is not obvious. You can actually buy robots in some regular supermarkets and malls. Other than these, you can easily feel it in many regular things, like automatically opening and heating toilet seats. Technology is so much part of their lives that it's natural for them. When I was 6, I participated in a robotic summer camp, and from then, I learned coding. I also played with apps to record and make sound creations. Reflecting on my own experience of technology in Japan gives me an idea on where all my involvement in technology can lead to. I think it is inspiring and encouraging to see the importance of technology and how it can be applied for the future. Visiting Japan was one of the most memorable trips I had. As I began to mature at age 13, I encountered experiences that were previously ideas I only heard and saw as information. I understood that traveling with thoughtfulness and sensitivity is a good way to learn, not only about the place one visits, but also about yourself and beyond. Japanese culture is very interesting for me because of my parents' connection to this country, which also runs through me. In effect, it's been a part of me that I get to touch, when in turn reminded me of my Filipino roots. The strong community values, arts, and technology of Japan created a lasting impression that guides what I understand to be my serious interests. Finally, the meditative atmosphere I encountered expanded my sense of appreciation and clarity. My name is Hikari. It is a Japanese word for light.